Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Wild Bill hitting you back up. This is my first college basketball show. What we're going to do here is just going to talk a little bit about what's been going on. With college basketball, I'll just talk about what's been going on, and being a North Carolina fan, I'm going to throw them in there as well. Talk about them a little bit, and definitely as the season goes on, and maybe even very soon, I'm going to start doing my own version of bracketology, which will be nice. It'll give me a chance to start preparing myself for the brackets, and I'll give you guys an idea of what's going on in some of these lower mid-major or lower conferences. So it's definitely going to be fun. So we'll start things off by talking about one of the big storylines going into this season, and that's the tournament expansion. Of course, the tournament this season will now be 68 teams instead of 65. So 3 more teams will now be dancing come March. For those of you that don't know how this tournament's going to work, what's going to happen is, of course, you'll have Selection Sunday, and instead of now just having 1 opening round game, you're going to have 4. You'll have 2 on Tuesday, you'll have 2 on Wednesday. These games will feature the 4 lowest ranked automatic qualifiers. 2 will play in one game, 2 will play in another, and those 2 winners will get 16 seeds in the tournament. The other 4 teams will be made up of the last 4 at-large teams. In recent years, you've seen Joe Lunardi come on ESPN, and he'll talk about his last 4 in, his first 4 out, and teams like that. But we were never quite sure who those teams were when the brackets came out. Now we will know who will be the last 4 at-large teams in, and they will play each other. 2 will play in one game, 2 will play in another, obviously, and it'll be something like 2 teams will play for a 12 seed, and 2 others will play for, say, a 13 seed. They won't figure that out until they actually make the bracket in March, and they'll say, okay, these 2 teams are going to play for this seed, and these 2 teams are going to play for this seed. So, but then it'll be interesting to see how the tournament shapes up. And of course, the Final Four this year is in Houston, and I'm very excited. So, should be a fun season as always. Other news has been going on. Of course, Bruce Pearl, he had been under investigation by the NCAA due to his admitted violations. Well, yesterday the SEC just threw down their punishment to Bruce Pearl, and that is he will be suspended for Tennessee's first 8 conference games. 8 conference games. That's pretty much half of their conference schedule. I guess the only good news about that is that only one of those 8 games is against a team that right now is in the top 25, and that's Florida. But still, when you lose your head coach for that many games, it's tough. He will be allowed to be with the team for practices and whatnot, but of course, you're now going to be missing those in-game adjustments, those halftime adjustments, stuff like that. So, it'll be a tough one for Tennessee. It will give them a chance to build as a team, and this, I think, is a pretty talented Tennessee team. The loss of Lane Kism is going to hurt, but they've got a lot of, they've got some good players, especially some good players returning from last year's team that made the Elite 8. So it'll be interesting to see how these players rally around, not having their coach for those 8 huge games. Of course, conference games in college basketball are always important. So, and then, I got to throw my Tar Heels in there. Suffered their first loss yesterday, though, losing in the Puerto Rico semifinals to Minnesota. But, they're still looking very good. Harrison Barnes is unbelievable. Yeah, they only played Hofstra, but Harrison Barnes, 4-5, I think, three-point land, and he had 19 points. So Barnes is definitely a player to watch out for. And this isn't a bad loss for North Carolina. Minnesota's a pretty good team, actually. So it's not a bad loss. It always sucks to lose, but it's not like it's going to kill them. And they've got a chance today to bounce back. They'll face Vanderbilt in the third place game. And then they've still got some big non-conference games coming up. You got teams like Illinois coming up. Kentucky's still on the schedule yet. We've got a date with Texas. So they've still got some good games left to play. So should be a fun season for North Carolina. I expect big things from them. I expect a lot better than last season. So we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll be back on another time. Talk some more college basketball. Represent my Tar Heels a little bit more. So, until next time, this is your boy Wild Bill saying add, rate, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.